This week on Channel 8 News, Northwest students get professional advice during mock interview day, Maryville is under development, and students take a plunge for St. Jude. Channel 8 News starts right now. Welcome into Channel 8 News. I'm Rachel DeYoung. A teacher in Florida says she's heartbroken and her career will never be the same after an incident involving three 12-year-old girls. Matt Grant from our CNN affiliate reports.
Three Deltona middle schoolers are facing felony charges accused of spiking their teacher's soda. The girls, all aged 12, remain locked up in juvenile detention. Investigators say on Tuesday, two of the girls poured crushed red pepper flakes into their teacher's drink while another distracted her. The teacher, 52-year-old Jane Morgan, suffered a sore throat, stomach pains, and shortness of breath. Investigators say this was done in retaliation after Morgan sent one of the girls to the principal's office Monday for dumping glue into another student's backpack and for suspicion of stealing a laptop.
It's a terrible thing. I don't understand why kids have lost all respect.
Morgan's neighbor, Mark Howard, says the girls should be held accountable.
They got to be held responsible for their actions, or they're never going to stop.
One of the girls told investigators an original plan was to vandalize Morgan's car with paint. The three juveniles were arrested, charged with poisoning and tampering. Morgan tells WESH 2, "I want them to have consequences that teach them a lesson. I did not want them to be arrested and to go to jail. Teachers are out there doing the best we can for students. I love my students. They broke my heart. My career won't be the same." Matt Grant, WESH 2 News.
Thanks, Matt. The husband of Maryville mayor and owner of Carson's has been released from the hospital after suffering injuries to the shoulder and head Thursday evening. Carson Riedel was escorting three unruly patrons out of the sports bar when one shoveled Riedel and the situation became violent as it moved to the sidewalk. Maryville Public Safety were called in and the three men were taken into custody. We will have more on the story as it develops. As we go into commercial break, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Don't go away. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. Thanks for staying with us. Our producer Jacob Wood took a look at Maryville's new developments. Jacob?
What used to be farmland is quickly developing into businesses around Maryville. Maryville City Manager Greg McDaniel says they have seen a substantial amount of restaurant growth in the last few months, and he told Channel 8 News they work to get the restaurants that have a demographic for Maryville.
Not every restaurant will locate in our demographics, but we certainly go after those that we feel like have potential, and we've been very successful, I think, lately.
One big franchise that debated Maryville's demographic was Pizza Ranch, and McDaniel says it was quite a process.
Pizza Ranch will tell you themselves that they were debating between St. Joseph and Maryville, and so it was about an 18-month-long process to work with them and work through the logistics of coming here to Maryville, but we're glad to see them now open and serving to the community.
We asked how a big franchise chooses a town like Maryville.
It's simply going and explaining a lot about our community, the opportunities, selling Maryville and our market to them, that they will be successful, and of course helping them find site location as well as the proper infrastructure requirements that they might need.
Along with restaurants in Maryville, the people will have to decide whether to vote yes or no on the new tax proposal to develop Mozingo. This tax will be about a penny on an $8 purchase. McDaniel explains some of those improvements to us.
That will fund a brand new $4 million conference center. It'll seat about 500, be able to cater weddings. It'll also have a full-service restaurant included, and it'll be attached to a 100% privately owned hotel. So another successful recruitment effort has been a hotel. Boulder's Inn and Suites has agreed to build a 40-room new hotel at Mozingo this spring.
A 24-hour breakfast, lunch, and dinner restaurant called Huddle House will also be making its way to the Maryville community. They have not yet announced the location or time frame for this project. The development of Maryville is an ongoing story, and we will keep you up to date as details become available. That's all for now. Reporting for Channel 8 News, I'm Jacob Wood.
Thanks, Jacob. I got the chance to watch some Northwest students plunge into the frigid cold of Golden Pond to raise funds for St. Jude. Few causes would make a college student want to jump in chilly water in late February, but Children's Cancer Research and Care are two of those causes. The Golden Pond Plunge is an annual event hosted by Up Till Dawn at Northwest Missouri State. Students compete to raise money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. The top 5 fundraisers then get their chance to jump in this freezing body of water we call Golden Pond. Rose Halpin, a sophomore at Northwest, got her chance to plunge for a cause this year. She says the event is fun, but helping the kids is what's important to her.
I just think it's a great cause, and I want to do anything I can in my power to help out.
Hannah Woodson is the executive director of Northwest's chapter of Up Till Dawn. She says raising funds for these kids is so important to her after going through a personal cancer experience with Brooke, a young girl she nannies.
I had a really close personal connection with it, and she's been cancer-free for a year now, and we actually celebrated a no more chemo party in the fall, and so to get to go through all of that with her and her family, but also having been to the hospital and getting to fundraise money for people like them, it's been incredible.
If you'd like more information on the Golden Pond Plunge or want to get involved with Up Till Dawn, you can contact Hannah at s515151 at nwmissouri.edu. Our very own James O'Connell went behind the scenes of Career Services Mock Interview Day. Let's take a look.
Hello and welcome. This week, Channel 8 News reports on Mock Interview Day hosted at the J.W. Jones Student Union. I interviewed Stacey Stokes, who works for Employee Relations here at Northwest, about this event.
This event is Mock Interview Day. This is an opportunity for us to bring in real employers to campus to actually meet with students face-to-face to run them through an industry-specific interview. Sure, the benefits for a student to participate in mock interviews include being able to interact directly with an employer of industry to learn about how they can improve their interviewing skills, their resume, presentation skills overall, so that way they understand when it's time for them to actually go through the interview for an internship or a full-time job, what they need to do. On March 10th, we'll be hosting Career Day, and on March 11th, we'll be hosting Next Day interviews. Those are both, again, opportunities for employers to come to campus and recruit our Bearcats to come work for them for internships and full-time job opportunities.
Along with Mock Interview Day, Ad Inc. also hosted portrait poses where you're encouraged to get a professional-looking photo. I talked with Jake Manari, the co-president of Ad Inc.
So Ad Inc. is Northwest's advertising club. What we're doing here today is our Power Up Your Profile picture service, where all of these kids are already here for their mock interview day. They're looking nice and dressed up, being professional, and so we offer a portrait service so they have a nice looking photo to use on their LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter profiles, etc.
We can now see the benefits events hosted here at Northwest can have for professional development and preparation for the future. Reporting for Channel 8 News, my name is James O'Connell. Have a great day.
Thanks, James. When we come back, we check out Trio's annual celebration. Don't go away. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. Thanks for staying with us. Channel 8's Katie Peterson stepped into the trio's annual celebration. Katie?
After their annual Trio Day celebration, I sat down with one of the organization's mentors, Corbin Jones, and we talked about Trio and what they offer their members.
What Trio Day basically is a celebration for the Trio program and all that Trio has done and will do. Trio has helped generations of students achieve college success, and so we honor people who have made an impact in Trio with awards, and we just educate people and celebrate Trio more. I think the greatest thing about being a mentor, specifically a peer mentor, is that we are around the same age, and it's easier to relate and easier to connect with people. Beside our mentoring, the mentoring aspect of our program, we also have free printing. We have a computer lab complete with a Mac in case you're a design student or you just need a Mac because Macs are awesome. I honestly do not think I would be here as successful as I am in college without Trio, because I'm a first-generation college student. I've had to figure out a lot of things on my own, but having Upward Bound and Student Support Services there to help me figure out what college is all about, how to get through college, how to prepare for college, I think that's what has impacted me the most. But also just the people involved are probably some of the greatest people I've ever met.
For Channel 8 News, I'm Katie Peterson.
Thanks, Katie. Another mass shooting hit the headlines this week. KWCH, one of our CNN affiliates, met with one of the victims.
Adam Miller is surrounded by loved ones as he recovers from 4 gunshot wounds at Via Christi Hospital.
I got hit once in the thigh, once in the bicep, and 2 times in the chest.
Adam was at work at Excel Industries when he noticed everyone running.
I heard someone yell fire, which happens to be our code word for a shooter, but it didn't register as that.
He was helping evacuate his team when he came face to face with the gunman.
So I saw him come around the corner and he just looked kind of confused. And so I told him he needs to run, there's a fire. And he just looked confused, so I told him again, and he said, I know, and then he shot me.
He was facing the shooter right head on.
Yeah.
And the 2 shots did not puncture anything.
Adam says he was able to run about 100 yards before 2 men grabbed him. They helped him get out of the building and waited with him until first responders arrived.
I can't express how much I thank them. Everybody did such a good job.
For all of you animal lovers out there, we wrap up our broadcast on a little bit of a lighter note. It's a reunion in the making. A Wisconsin woman is back together with her beloved cat who went missing over the Christmas holiday. Rebecca Clough from our CNN affiliate reports on the happy reunion.
The day Sherry Stalker thought she might never see. Her cat Nadia went missing this winter, but an amazing journey has finally brought her back home. Sherry Stalker has gotten used to waiting and watching and worrying. Nadia, her cat, went missing Christmas Eve when she escaped out the back door of her Sheboygan home. The family spent weeks searching the neighborhood. Sherry feared the worst, but still left out a bowl of food every day, hoping Nadia would come back. Finally, a call she never expected. Nadia had been found in Florida.
When we got the call, it was unbelievable.
The problem now? How to get her back. Dozens of people offered to drive Nadia home, but an Allegiant Air worker had a better solution. A flight attendant that regularly flies in and out of the airport in Rockford could bring Nadia home.
How this was going to all fall together, amazing.
Sherry and her husband left their house at 5:30 this morning, ready to see Nadia again. As passenger after passenger got off, Sherry got more and more anxious. Finally, she sees it, the cat carrier.
Hey, little girl.
There you go.
Hi. Hi. Oh, dear.
And they have Nadia again.
Hi. I didn't think we'd ever see her again, so it's a miracle.
After seeing Nadia, Sherry ran over to one of the many strangers, now friends, who made this reunion possible.
Just, I can't say thank you enough.
Sherry says at least a half dozen people helped to bring Nadia back home, each asking nothing in return. She says she can never fully repay their act of kindness, so she's going to try to pay it forward. Reporting in Rockford, Rebecca Clough, today's TMJ4.
Thanks, Rebecca. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. If you'd like up-to-the-minute coverage of stories that matter to you, like us on Facebook at /Watch Channel 8 News or follow us on Twitter at KNWT8 News. Don't touch that remote. Bearcat Update is up next. From all of us here at Channel 8 News, I'm Rachel DeYoung. Have a good night.